Chris, I can't with you right now. I want that wig though, but I can do my hair like that if I want to.
Buddy. Who's that? Who is that? This character looks like familiar to me.
Colin Kaepernick.
Who?
Remember used to have? Well, I used to love my afro and it'd be all like this, and then you'd pat it down and make that shit perfectly round. Remember that? Like this, I'd be like, oh. When I was young, I was like, yeah.
I have a picture of me in the 3rd grade with my afro, my school picture, and a green turtleneck. It's a hot mess. It just
doesn't really go.
I will say, Chris, that is a really decent wig there. That looks kind of
$40. That's what I used for my audition.
$40 for that?
It's pretty good though, right?
That's a really good wig.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Shoot, I'd wear it. I pick it out some, make it bigger, twist it a little.
Put some product in it. Put some Jerry curl juice in there.
It feels weird. It feels like it does. It's not my hair, but you know what I mean. I mean, I like to have a wig at least look like I could be on my head. I don't know if this could look like it'd be on my head. You know what I mean?
No, you just have to. You're not teasing it.
It looks a little weird. It looks a little weird right now.
Yeah,
that's why.
It does look a little weird right now.
Maybe I need to pull down a little more.
No, you gotta get in the front. You gotta get in the front. Yeah, pull it down. Pull it down in the back a little bit. Yeah. All right, and then you gotta fluff. You gotta fluff. Pick it out. I know you gotta pick.
Anyway.
All right. So listen, everybody, welcome to this episode of Still Dope Podcast. Look, we are late to the game.
Late as hell.
Late as fuck with the Married at First Sight. But you know what? We have lives. We have our, shit we got to deal with and familial obligations we got to deal with. So we're just going to kick it right in. So, hi, Shahida. Hi, Chris.
Hey, girl.
So let's talk about the episode. The episode was bringing them to your hometown or where you was raised at and all that bullshit.
And I never liked that episode, really. It's like a filler episode because at this point, we don't give a fuck. They've already gelled. We already kind of picked who we wanted to stay together and who's not. And then they kind of like throw this in just for like shits and giggles. And I'm not giggling and I don't like to shit. So I don't want it.
Chris, do you have anything to offer?
I got
I'm really just disappointed in everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really just disappointed in, and I don't know if it's just so much pressure being on the marriage and all that kind of stuff. It feels really disappointing. Like I'm really disappointed in Johnny and Bao. I had such high hopes for the weird couple in New Orleans. Remember them? They were perfect for each other, but they were both weird.
Yes, Christina. It was Christina and the other guy. I forgot his name.
They were really weird, but I could see they're perfect for each other. And I think Johnny and Bao on paper should be perfect for one another, but Johnny's a dick.
He's awful.
And Merla is his fucking she don't like fucking Bao. She they don't want to be on the same set. She don't want to be on the same set with her. She don't want to be anywhere near her. But she's just
I had me wondering, because we all like Bao. I like Bao from what I see. What don't we see? I still don't think that Johnny has any reason to treat her the way he does. I don't see that why he would. But you know what? Merla is who gives a fuck if Merla doesn't like her? Because I don't like Merla. And to me, she's not a good judge of character.
Let me just say this with regards to Johnny. I mean, I'm going to say this with regards to Johnny, with regards to Michaela, and everything. Lifetime is not trying to have this smoke. They're trying to save face because at this point of the game, Johnny is a fucking abuser. I've been saying this since like 3 episodes ago. Johnny is a fucking verbal abuser. And when he was talking to Bao and he's like, well, this last episode, and he's like, I could say some shit, but I'm just gonna let that go because I don't want to go there.
But he's like a child. He's like,
no, he's not a child. He's a whole grown ass man, but he's a fucking verbal abuser. Like, and I can't fuck with that motherfucker.
His temperament is like a child who doesn't get their way. And when he feels backed up into a corner or feels like somebody is reading him right, the only thing he can do is gush out a bunch of, but you did this and you said this and you're this type of person and you're ugly and you're mean and you're nasty. Definitely it does come off as like, definitely verbal abuse.
He's garbage.
I'm stunned that at this point she's still taking it.
He's garbage. And the fact that, again, I agree with you. The fact that she's taking that shit and the fact that professionals are allowing that shit is disturbing to me because nah, you can't talk to me that way. You will never look at me that way and never talk to me that way. I don't give a damn if we're on a show or in real life. You will never talk to me that way. The way that he looks at her and the way that he talks to her and the way that she is like in with herself. She's like, I'm just gonna, reel it back. Fuck that bitch.
It's amazing that she can let it just wash over her without
like when she took him back to the thing and she started crying, I'm like, fucking hold her, man. Grab her and she's your wife. Even if you hate your wife right now, you gotta fucking grab her and hold her because she needed you right now. And he kind of put his hand like this a little bit. Fuck that.
And it was so funny.
He doesn't like
her. Because here's the thing. I would have shut that shit down. If I was on Married at First Sight, now you're taking me to a point. If our relationship isn't even there and you're verbally abusing me and going there, listen. Me and Lifetime, I'd have looked at Lifetime and I've been like, I ain't taking him to where I grew up. And I'm not writing a letter to my younger self to read to this motherfucker who doesn't give two shits about me. I'm done. Oh, I will write a letter to myself, but I will read it on Lifetime. If I got obligations to adhere with the network, I'll read the letter to myself on Lifetime in front of Dr. Pepper or Pastor Cal or that other crazy bitch.
Dr. Viviana.
I am reading it to this man that I want nothing to do with. I am not being vulnerable to any motherfucker that ain't vulnerable to me or not,
or just respects me as a person,
or just is not going to respect where I'm coming from. I'm not doing all that shit. So when I saw Bao reading her letter and she was getting all emotional and crying and he hugged her, I was like, there's nothing genuine there. He brought it in because I'm thinking the only reason why he brought her in to hug her is because the producers was like, motherfucker, bring her in and hug her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hug her. Show her some sympathy. Show her some compassion. That's where I got that from. That wasn't him doing that shit. That was the producers and everybody on the set saying, yo, hug her, bring it in, and love on her. Nah, I'm done with that. I would have never been on that. I would have never, if I was Bao, I would have never co-signed on that shit.
So my thing with Bao is her letter and where she came from, you could really see that she struggles a lot internally. And I think that reflects on her relationships. I really would love to know what her old fiancés were like. Because when Johnny tried to drop that bombshell about her friend Sarah saying, well, I can understand why you're unhappy with her. And, she tries to change people and all this other stuff. And Bao kept saying, she's my best friend. She's my best friend. And then she says to him, she would be the last person I would want you to speak to about our relationship. Then that's not your best friend.
No.
Well, she said that she doesn't have many female friends in the first place. And on Unfiltered, Johnny also said, I'm just as good as friends with Sarah as she is. I'm even probably better friends with Sarah than she is. I've known Sarah for years and stuff like that. Even if that's the case, girl to girl, friend to friend, human to human, don't fuck up someone's marriage by saying, see, that's why that bitch this, and I don't blame you for. Don't fucking co-sign if you're having.
There are a lot of people who will do that.
Especially if it's two people you supposedly care about, or it's your girl or whatever. You don't know what's going on in their fucking marriage at the time. So let them support them in any way you can, as opposed to, oh yeah, she does that. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, she did all. Fuck it. Sarah's a bitch.
Sarah is a cunt.
We saw that shit before. You remember in 2 seasons ago when that girl came.
Mm-hmm. What?
With and she was trying to talk to homeboy.
They ended up dating for a short time afterwards. What was that? I can't remember their name.
Or whatever, the workout guy, Mindy.
Yes, it was Mindy and some other dude. I can't remember.
I hate that dude, but it's the same. I don't know if she has ulterior motives, for that, for Johnny or whatever. But don't fucking do that. Don't do that. You knowing how hard it is. And also, she doesn't, as I said, she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't see the work that's going on. If Bao has said, I've said no to 3 motherfuckers on my own, but this time, because of this and this motherfucker and what they put me in, I'm going to work hard. I don't even see her being so OCD as she was before, or having portrayed her before. I see her really working hard, coddling him at times, confronting him at times. All the fucking work that's necessary to go ahead to the next level of a successful relationship. So I don't want to hear Sarah's shit about, oh, that's what she always does. It's just co-signing with Johnny's fucking disillusion of he's an asshole.
Listen, Sarah is a fucking piece of shit as far as I'm concerned, because I don't give a damn how I am. If that's my friend or that's my best friend, even if I'm your best friend and I may have some reservations about your fucking character, I would never in my life go to the person that you're married to or with and give them anything. If they came to me, I'd be like, oh no, you're gonna have to talk to them. You're gonna have to talk to them. We good here. We're good. I'm playing my position. You're gonna have to talk to them. And if they said anything out of pocket, that if I'm your bitch,
I'm knocking.
I'm gonna be your ride or die, and I'm be like, I'm gonna have you stop right there, because this is not the character. I will go so far. I will never entertain shit, but I'll be like, if they're coming out of pocket with my people that I love, I'll be like, I'm gonna stop you right there, because what you can't do is talk about them in that way. That's not their character. That's not what they do. So you go deal with them instead of bringing that shit to my fucking doorstep. You go deal with them. But we're not going to have this conversation.
Tanya, remember that time a couple of months ago when you said that you would want me and Chris to tell your significant other your bad qualities? And we was all like, no, fuck that.
Damn right. Because you my motherfuckers. So if I met the man of my dreams tomorrow and y'all knew my bad flaws, I mean,
you're not telling them that shit. That's not us.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, here's the thing. We all have our shit. Okay? I'm not saying I'm fucking perfect, but I'm saying you two are my road dogs, my ride or die.
You ain't telling your business.
You ain't telling my business. If the dude that I was with reached out to the both of you and was like, she got some issues. Yeah, I might have some ticks. You all know me. No, but just be like, well, She all
Nope.
right.
That's still a no for me. That's still a no for me.
It's still a no. I would never expect you to throw me under the bus, nor would I throw y'all under the bus. It is what it is. Even though you know
Okay.
I got some issues, y'all know I got some issues. But
We all have issues.
it's not issues that are like detrimental to like a future relationship. Jesus Christ.
But that I feel like with Val, her upbringing, there was a lot of pain, especially I didn't realize how bad her parents' marriage was.
Oh my
And
God.
and you can drag your children through that. And she's like, I see them at a good spot now, but all those years it was horrible. And remember, she talked in the earlier scene, she talked about not even walking past her house because she didn't want people to know where she lived.
Right.
She had a lot of stuff, and then having this piece of shit called Sarah. How do you think that that's a best friend? I don't understand, but she has a lot, and I think that's why she can take so much from Johnny, because she's used to being beat down, and I want more for her. And I would think that Dr. Pepper would have been able to recognize that, and she didn't pick up on any of it.
I just don't like the fact that Dr. Pepper was the fucking professional for every single one of them of this episode.
Yeah, it was horrible. This week, I mean, last week.
It was terrible.
It
was like Dr. Pepper with her bullshit. And I'm like, boo-boo, I love me some Dr. Pepper, but Dr. Pepper did not bring her A game.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of any of them.
Nah, I'm done with her. She
But
needs
the way she handled, we can jump into Michaela and Zach. That was horrible. That was horrible.
Wait. Before we jump into Michaela and Zach, let's go to the Shahida. Bring the stats out. We were talking about Johnny and Bao.
She's like, oh, stats.
Bring the stats out.
They're on the bottom of the Pringles can. They're on the bottom of the Pringles can.
I know. I don't want people to see that I'm like in my bedroom, like in the bed.
Yeah, you are in the bed. We can see the headboard. You're good. And you're fucking everything up right now, giving me vertigo.
I'm in my pajamas.
Bitch. I see your sheets. We see the sheets.
Yeah, I mean,
I think at this point, Johnny and Bao for me, I don't know what I said last week, and I hope I said 0. I'm still at 0. I don't think Johnny and Bao's gonna make it.
Not at all. Johnny, Bao, and Rachel went to the Astros game together.
Oh, and Merla. They were at the Astros.
Yes, Johnny Merla and Rachel was
Rachel.
Yeah.
So you already know Rachel and Jose ain't together. You already know out of the World Series, Rachel and Jose ain't together. Because if Rachel and Jose were together, Jose would have had his fucking whole arm around her neck. Fucking deep.
Why do you think they're not together? He could have been
because they weren't at the World Series together.
He might have been busy. Okay.
So not Jose. It was Johnny, Merla, and Rachel at the World Series. Listen to me when I tell you. Yeah, Jose's gone.
You gave them a 0. Johnny and Bao a 0.
That's what I had.
5, and I gave them a
I'll
40.
keep them at a 0.
I gave them a what?
A 45.
You got to go back down to 0 with TT. Come on, Chrissy. Don't be scared.
I would say
bring your ass to the gutter.
I would say 28.
What the fuck?
28. 28. The only reason why I'm holding out a little bit because Bao is the one who Bao's going. I don't know, but it does not look good. He's definitely
giving them motherfuckers a 0. They ain't making it to the couch. I got 3 couch. I've just upped it. I had said that. I think I had said earlier last podcast that Michaela and Zach weren't making it to the couch, and Brett and Ryan weren't making it to the couch. I'm to the point where Johnny, add another couple. Johnny and Bao ain't making it to the couch. Them 3 relationships ain't making it to the couch. We're done here.
I think they all make it to the couch. I really do. I even think that Zach and Michaela make it to the couch.
If they make it to the couch, it's because the network makes them make it to the couch.
Yeah, I think they all make it to the couch.
Oh yeah,
I'm giving them a 5. I'm gonna say a
0.
I'm gonna go 0.
0. I'm 0.
0 that they're both gonna say no.
0 that they're gonna say no and they ain't making it to the couch.
Okay.
Look, I would like to think.
I mean, has any couple not made it to the couch?
Yeah, I think they'll make it to the couch. Yeah.
Has any couple never made it? Everyone's made it to the couch.
I mean, come on, even Paige and Chris made it to the couch.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that they'll all make it to the couch, but yeah, they ain't making it. They're gonna make it to the couch for the sake of the network, and they're gonna say, "Nah, we're good here. I want to divorce." Which I would like to think that at least, if I was on this show, I'm not saving time. I'm not saving face. I'm not saving time. If I'm not into you and I know that you're not into me, we're not even getting to the couch. I will fucking go full on in with Dr. Pepper and Dr. Viviana and oh boy, and be like, yeah, we're not going to the couch. I'm done. We're done here. I want my divorce and I want to be out.
I think it's contractual unless it's something really severe. Like with Mindy, they didn't make it to the couch. Remember, she started divorce proceedings before the show was over with Mindy and that guy, but he left her for her girlfriend. I think that's what it was. And then she was just like done.
Yeah, but again, it's like,
I think it's contractual that they show up because look, remember, Paige and Chris were done, but they both showed up for the couch, and then they literally asked them that question when they stayed when they knew it was already over. Yeah. But
I'm with you on that one with Shahida, where I'm thinking that there's an obligation that they have to show up to the couch.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I'd fight that shit if that was me. But then again, I'm old. I'm a woman of a certain age. We're dealing with 20-something-year-olds, 30-something-year-olds. Me, I'd be like, nah, I ain't going to the couch. Nah, I ain't trying to fucking.
Let's do Michaela and Zach because I got some. Can I start with?
This Michaela and Zach, and that is also Brett and Ryan. Like, we already know this shit ain't going nowhere. Why are you fucking? Why are you fucking killing us with this shit?
So let me start with Michaela and Zach because they killed me. Zach came in with the kind of energy he needed at the very beginning. I can't take it. She lies. He listened to her lie, and he was just, you know what? I can't listen to this anymore. I have to take myself out of it. He needed to keep that energy. That whole conversation. I mean, well, let me back up some. Michaela he doesn't have any evidence of her losing her shit.
She doesn't. She's delusional. Sorry.
That was just insane.
The evidence. I was like, ooh, Whitney. Sorry, Shahida. I know.
You don't
that you are the Whitney Houston fucking mega fan. But when that bitch was like, do you not have the evidence? I was like, my mind went to Whitney. I want to see the receipts, the crack receipts. And I was like, bitch, it's right there. Right there.
But the to me, the delusion is, that's why I honestly think she may be bipolar. I think there may be something where she's bipolar just because if you really don't remember that 15 minutes ago, you said, go, then go, then leave, then go. Bye. Go.
She was like, bye.
You don't remember that 15 minutes later where I never said for you to go.
Bye. Chris, bye. Bye. Get bye.
If you can't remember that you just did that you just said it.
Yep.
I think she remembers and she knows it, but when she sits down to talk about it to somebody else, she knows her behavior sucks. So she has to make it sound like that person put her.
Yeah, but that's so obvious, though. You know what I mean?
It is. But look at how her whole demeanor was with Dr. Pepper. so demure. She was, quiet speaking. It was like, I don't understand how Zach could be and blah. What?
No, she's just crazy. No, I'm agreeing
She's
with you.
crazy because I'm gonna stop you there because she was playing the victim.
She was.
But when
she's a liar and a manipulator.
She's a classic manipulator because she was playing that card, and then Dr. Pepper was talking, and then Zach was talking, and you gotta look at. I can't tell you how many times. Look at the fucking face. She was like, her face was hardcore. Like if she could have stabbed his ass on the couch when he was talking, she would have stabbed him. But she was trying to say,
she had a knife, she'd go like this.
Exactly. She would have.
But that goes to Chris's point about her maybe being bipolar because she was so calm. I wonder if she was taking something.
I don't think she's bipolar.
What he said? That's exactly what Michaela would do. That's what Michaela would do.
I'm like, what?
And you looked at me like you're like, what fucking happened? What just fucking happened? That's exactly what Michaela did. And you're like, what the fuck was that? What did I say? She was calm like this and talking to you like this.
But she never lost her cool with Dr. Pepper. So that makes me think there's some drugs involved. Like she takes maybe things.
I don't know if there's drugs involved. I just think that Michaela has no. And out of respect for our bipolar and mental health people,
she's on another level.
She's on a whole nother level. I think she is just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I wouldn't even say that bitch is bipolar. I just think that she comes from, she's using her dad's death. She's milking that shit. And she's got the fact that she's got these 3 grown ass sisters that are like 10 to 15 years older than her, and they're coddling her. I think she is just a product of being coddled and nursed of her family and everything.
That's part of it.
I'm sorry.
That's part of it, yes, honey. But she's got a whole bunch of issues on top of that. On top of that, she's delusional. She's delusional with stuff. Just the abandonment issues, all that kind of stuff does not excuse you going through someone else's house at a group thing, throwing shit, knocking shit over. That does not. That's extra stuff. That's
right.
You know what I mean?
And the reason why I say this is because I'm going to put my personal shit on the table. Like, my dad didn't die. I mean, my dad is dead, but my dad didn't die tragically. My dad just opted to not be in my life, in my brother's life. And yeah, I had issues growing up with that shit, but not that bad where I'm kicking over pool tables. And if I'm trying to be if I'm trying to have a relationship with somebody and he's not receptive of where I'm coming from, and now I'm gonna fucking go in on him and then kick tables over and all that. I don't have that abandonment issues with a dude as opposed to my father.
But her thing is it's definitely an anger issue. She has serious anger issues.
Yeah.
Whatever help to kind of push that along, then there's other stuff wrapped up into that. So her biggest issue is not being able to articulate her anger in a mature adult fashion. So she bros stuff, she yells stuff, and then she says things that she doesn't need to, where she thinks she's protecting herself, but she's making a situation where it's like she's stunted. Her growth is stunted.
And she's flat out lying, talking about, show me the receipts. I'm like, when I saw that shit, I was like, bitch, really? You showed your whole natural ass. And I'm not mad that Zach don't want nothing to do with her.
But Then he calls a second meeting.
Thank you.
And he's like, do you want to go out and have something to eat? You know, you want to.
Let's go sit down and talk and have dinner. Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I really think he feels sorry for her.
But you know what?
I don't think he feels sorry for her. I think he's just a typical ass Negro that's just trying to get his dick wet.
With his wife?
Huh?
With his wife, you mean? He wants to get his dick.
I think he wanted to have sex with her again.
Yeah. I think he wanted to hang out with her because I think he still likes her. And I think that he's like, because he kept pressing it. Let's go right now. Let's go right now. Let's go have dinner, or let's go have drinks, or let's go do whatever. And he knows how she is. And I guarantee you, next episode, they fucked. And they spent the night together, and they did all that freaky deaky. And yeah, now you know.
One more week of that crazy pussy, because crazy pussy is great pussy. He's got one more week of that fucking, and he has to deal with that bitch anymore.
What did Cardi B say? Niggas love a toxic bitch.
Basically.
Well, there was an article in the I think, did I send it to you? An article about men, about having men having sex with crazy women is 25% better or something like that. Something crazy like that.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I can agree with on that part. I believe that the way he was pushing her to go out and have dinner and like playing with her like in a very coy way, I believe they probably had sex.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they had sex. Really? Because the way they was talking and she walked in that elevator with him, I'm pretty sure that they went out and had a dinner, had a conversation, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. They ended up in the bed and they had the horizontal hustle and he blew her fucking sphincter out. Yeah, I said that.
That is why I have no sadness, no empathy or anything for Zach anymore. Because they kept that energy that you had. You know who you're dealing with, a crazy person. And at this point, you're manipulating a crazy person.
Basically.
The whole scene.
Because if that bitch went in, listen to me. If I was Zach and that bitch went in on me, like she did on that little outing that they had at the branch, and she was throwing shit over after I left, nah, I'm good. I don't do crazy.
He obviously has been trying to manage crazy, but she's had way too many episodes. And he keeps coming back, and he's liking the sex part of it, and I think that's a big part of him coming back. I mean, he's a cute guy; he can get it anywhere. So I don't know why he feels he needs it from her at this point.
I mean, he's cute, but he ain't all that.
He is fucking cute.
I mean, I said he's cute
with a nice body, and a nice car,
and he's young. Come on,
he's a catch.
He's a huge damn catch. He is a nice looking dude.
And I'm surprised Michaela's not more, I don't want to say submissive, but more of like trying to work harder to putting her crazy aside to just fake the crazy to keep him from her. You know what I mean?
You can't fake things if you're crazy.
That bitch is crazy.
She can't help it. It's like her emotion. You could see it just welling up in her. Like you said, she'll sit there calm. You see her face, and you knew she wanted to see
what? What are you saying, Tita? What are you saying? Sorry.
I'm like, what?
And then when she's like, oh my God, what? What the fuck? I would get up right now, but I'd knock over everything, and I'm not doing that.
She is absolutely. She can't
not
control it. So last
week, here we go. I'm giving them a 0 too. 0.
Yeah, I gave him a 0 last week, and Chris, you're the only one that had numbers. You gave him a 15.
I'll give them a 32.
Give me 10.
A what?
32.
I'm telling Chris, at least give him a 10.
Because the fact that he had that second, he's not done. It seems like he's done. He's not done. Because even for him to bring back the second meeting and talk to her and say, hey, can we do something? Can we work this out? Can we be friends? There's something obviously there for him. And I think he's going to feel like a failure if his marriage does not work, because that's all he's wanted. So now he's like, how do I deal with, I'm married. How do I deal with this fucking? So I think there's a chance. I think she still wants it. She's still
definitely.
at it. She would say it. She would say yes. She's a 60, 70. She's a 70. He's like a 25. So I'm going 38. 38.
Oh, geez.
38. Damn, you went up. 32 at first.
Oh, I'm still at the 0. I'm done with these.
You know, I mean, I get it, because I get your point. Because there was no reason for him to come back and say that he wants to find closure, or and then even his whole speech about, you know, even if we're together or not, I want us to be friends. Why?
I think he was bullshitting her, because I think he was scared. When he said that shit, I thought he was scared, because I thought he thought that bitch was gonna kill him. And that's why he's like, let me just tiptoe out of this shit.
He was out of it. He called the second meeting. He was out of it.
He was done.
He didn't have to deal with her anymore. They both agreed to the divorce, and it was him that called that second meeting, which is stupid. I don't even understand it at all. So, all right, next couple. Who?
Let's go to Jose and Rachel.
Jose and Rachel.
Jose and Rachel. Jose got his feelings hurt. Let's just pull a card. Jose got his feelings hurt because Rachel, when he shut her ass out the apartment and locked her out, she called her ex. And her
ask a question. Does she not have family in Texas?
I remember you said family, yeah.
Does she not have family in Texas?
I don't know if she has family in Texas or not.
If she has family in Texas, why'd you call your ex-boyfriend to come?
But here's the thing. No. I'm team Rachel on this shit, because when we was watching the video, when he locked her ass out and the video showed him, she was knocking on everybody's door and nobody was letting her in. And she's like, well, let me call who's gonna got me, who's gonna get me.
Your brother ain't got you. Your sister ain't got you. Your dad ain't got you. Your mom ain't got you. But your ex does.
You think she fucked him? You think she fucked him?
I think so.
I hope she did. I hope she fucked him. And you know what? Sorry, not sorry, fucking Jose. You ain't in a position to be all in your feelings, because at the end of the day, you fucking locked your wife out of your house. And nah, I'm good. I don't give a damn if I had a daddy, a mother, a brother, a friend, a cousin, a friend, whoever the fuck. I'm calling whoever. I'm calling everybody. And if if it's my ex that reciprocates, I'm going in and I'm spending.
You have to wonder why the ex did. You know, I'm just saying, you know.
Maybe he wanted a little piece of ass. Maybe he wanted a little piece of ass. But at the end of the day, he offered. Who's saying that her friends and her family?
No, she called people. She called him.
She called people.
But she didn't say she called anybody else. She said, I called an ex.
Yeah, but we saw the video where she was pounding on.
Well, she went to
all the fucking married at first sight couples. She's banging on their doors like, let me in.
But again, like I said, I get that.
Let her in.
I get it. I get that. My point is, if I'm locked out of my house, especially if it's my husband and we're fairly new, the first person that comes to my mind is not going to be my ex-husband. I mean, my ex-boyfriend, unless I want some type of revenge.
And you don't know if he could be nearby though, too. He could have been close by.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll go over there for a second.
And guess what? I may want a little revenge because I'm a petty bitch like that. And if you want to be that bitch, if you want to be that Mitch and lock me out of our house, guess what? I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna be petty like your ass, and I'm gonna call my ex. And if my ex lets me stay in his house or his apartment, I'm gonna stay there. And I'm gonna let you know I'm not Rachel.
She tried everybody. She tried everybody's door. He tried
and
everybody.
we saw that. I'm just saying there had to be family or close friends. The only reason that she called an ex was because, and I don't blame her, I would not have done it myself. I'm just saying, I feel like the part of the reason why she did it is because she's petty, just like him. And she was angry. And the way he talked to her, 100%, can't even be too mad. I mean, he told her, get the fuck out.
Yeah, you think she's petty though?
I think in that moment, she was angry, and that led to a moment. You know what I mean? I don't think her overall personality is petty. I think in her anger, she was like, it was a little vengeful. And I'm not saying I wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying there was alternatives to calling an ex. You call it.
No, but then again, when you're dealing with personal relationship issues, do I want to call my parents? No.
I got friends.
I got friends too. I mean, we all got our friends, but do I want people in my business
come pick you
like
up?
that?
Who's gonna
see, for me, I get where Rachel's coming from, because I'm like, I
get where she's coming from. I don't want
certain people in my business like that. So if I don't want people in my business like that. So if my husband,
your ex,
cuts me out,
your ex,
my husband, Rachel's husband,
shut her out. Your marriage. Wait a second. You're talking about your marriage, and you'll call your ex talking about you don't want people in your business. You don't think your ex is gonna?
No, but listen to me. I have an ex that I can call, and he can call me.
Oh, I have an ex.
It just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. It just didn't work out for us. Let me just be very clear. It just didn't work out for us. But if shit hit the fan, if I called him, he'd have my back. And if he called me, I'd have his back.
Remember, she didn't have.
We don't know.
Here's another thing.
Rachel's situation is with this dude, ex, that she's with.
Here's another thing. She didn't have her phone, right?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember.
She had her phone, and she didn't have her wallet. She didn't have one of those major things. I think she didn't have her. I think
it was both.
Right, or something.
Because she went downstairs just to take the producer to the car.
So if she didn't have her phone or wallet, and you gotta. Do you know all your family's phone numbers? But you may know your boo's phone numbers.
I don't know anybody's phone number.
That's what I'm saying. So if you don't have any phone number for anybody and no one's answering it, and you remember your man for 4 or 5 years, his number or whatever.
But you don't remember your mama's number for like 27. Okay.
I don't even know my mama's number.
Saying, but if it's your mama's number, if she doesn't live anywhere nearby, and you just needed someplace to go while you're waiting, I don't know. I'm just giving,
Here's my thing. If I'm out there and I'm knocking on doors and I'm banging on doors and I'm looking at I'm calling my friends, my family, whatever. I don't know anybody's number. This is what I do with my phone. I pull up your names.
Okay, well, let's just work off what we know. What we know is that she went to her ex's house. And
good.
And I'm not saying I wouldn't have gone that route, but she went to her ex house. Jose deserved it. Jose deserved it. The way you
and you know what?
Her, wait, I'm not finished. The way you spoke to her, the way you told her to get the fuck out of your house, and then the way you locked the door. She doesn't owe you a whole lot of respect. I wouldn't owe him. That's why I probably would have. I'm just saying. So months later, she should have told him right away, but months later telling him and him getting in his feelings, it's just going to be interesting to me to see how the next couple of weeks goes, because I don't think he's going to let that go.
No.
I think he is going to let it go, but he's going to let it go very slowly.
He's not going to let it go. He's always going to keep on to that thing. Remember that time? Yeah, motherfucker, remember that time you locked me out?
He's talking about her cheating when she was what? Like in her early 20s or something?
Exactly. He's worried about calling her Johnny's name.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
You forgot about that.
Johnny.
We forgot about that, Lindsay. So I'm gonna take my shit back that I was about to spill.
I just don't like him. I just don't like him. I don't.
There's nothing about him that I like.
But they're going strong.
Yeah, but for now,
I feel for with Rachel. It's like I want her to have better because I do think that there has been some growth within her.
Yes,
she's just not it, and I feel like she's hitching her wagon to him. And when the cameras are all gone, because I know they're both going to say yes on the couch.
Of course, we already know they're making it to the couch.
95, both of them going to go, unless. But I do think that he's going to bring up that relationship thing. That's going to be big for him.
Of course, he's going to.
Yeah,
of course.
So last week, I think you gave them 89, Chris, 85, Tanya, 90, me. I'm going to stick with my 90.
I'm going to up to 90.
I'm going back down to 83 because I think that this may be another thing for him to do some shit petty back to her. It's another thing for him to go, oh, I don't want to be with, because things were going well for a while, and now this thing comes out because she didn't tell him. He's that type of motherfucker that would hold on to that, as another reason, not to say no. So I'm gonna say they're going down to 83.
83. Okay. You gonna stick with your 90, Tanya?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with 90 as well. All right, who's next? Okay. Brett and Ryan.
Chris, my boner is fucking on the fucking floor right now. But
oh my god, Brett and Ryan.
Well, Lord, Brett and Ryan.
I'm glad that she don't give a shit anymore.
Brett is done.
Yeah, but I'm glad that she's finally like, I don't give a shit about that motherfucker anymore. Fuck that motherfucker. He's like, oh, so you're on a fucking dating site?
Yeah, but is she really over that?
Yes.
I think so.
The way she was like, like at the table was like, oh really? You're really? Oh, really? He's like, yeah, I can prove it to you. See, I can prove I'm not acting, motherfucker.
She said it won't make a difference.
I was gonna wait until the week after. So obviously he's saying no.
Listen to me. I respected her for the fact that she brought her pictures out and held them close to her tits and was like, yeah, normally I was going to bring this out, but, she brought out the whole thing. Her friend said that you're on a dating website, and then he's trying to justify it, and she's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I get that, and I respect her for that, but I don't know. I think come Wednesday, she's going to fucking pull the punk move. Watch. Wait for it.
No,
that would be interesting.
I was giving her all snaps. I was giving her all snaps and all claps, like, "Oh, bitch, you get that motherfucker out. Let him go." And he's like, "I'm just gonna leave." And she's like, "Okay." And I was like, "Bye, bitch, bye." But I have a feeling this next episode. I just have a feeling, and I didn't watch the previews. I just have a feeling that the next episode, he's going to come back and she's going to be like, oh, let's figure it out.
They're done. They're
oh,
done.
yeah. You wait for it.
Toast.
Wait for it.
They're toast. The way
they're not toast.
They're not
toast.
This is the information. This is the information she's gotten the last couple of weeks. This is about him. He's not sure. He's not doing this, that, and the other. Okay. He is on a dating app, right? Right. And don't you remember? He may be seeing someone else from his sister. Those are three fucking things. She's like, A, he's not into me. He's not saying shit. He's dating someone else. And he's on a dating app. He don't want to be with me. And he's too punk enough not to say I don't want to be with you. She's done. She's like, I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with me. She's done. She's done.
I don't believe it.
Done. He's just he doesn't want to be the bad guy. That's his
exactly.
He
doesn't want to be the bad guy. He doesn't want to be the bad guy,
but he is the bad guy. So
he doesn't want to be the bad guy. Right. He will not be the bad guy. And I guarantee you, the next episode, I swear, the next episode, she was all in her feelings. And I'm saying to myself, bitch, then just tell that nigga to, oh, excuse me, tell that motherfucker to gap.
She did.
She was like, no, she did. But I guarantee you, I guarantee you, between the three of us, and I'm going to say this shit right now, I'm going to predict right now that the next episode, she is going to be all in. Them two are going to be together, and they're going to try to work it out. Guarantee you. You heard it from me first. Still dope. Still dope. Y'all heard it from me first.
He's on a dating app.
Let his ass back into her life.
He says he hates everything.
No.
He doesn't
I guarantee as well as
now she's if there was a chance.
No, she's gonna look like an asshole.
Let him talk. What?
Three things about him. He's already established. He's not into it. He's waiting for the moment that the feeling's not going to happen. He talked to his sister. He talks to Zach. He says, I'm not into it. I'm not into it. He says to her, I'm not really into it, this, that, and the other. He's showing her, I'm not really into it. That's on him. We know that part. Now on her, she's like, he's on the dating app. I talked to his sister. He's seeing someone else. He really is not into me. What the fuck is the point? What is the point? So on both of their ends right now, he don't want to be with her. The only saving grace was she still kind of wanted to be with him or give it a chance. Now she's blown that out. Then neither one of them want to be with each other. So,
but remember when he texted her and she was sitting at the table and she said, "This motherfucker," and she read the text.
Exactly.
I would be absolutely stunned if that was like a preview or something. I would think it was just like a teaser or something, but I don't think it would mean anything. I don't. I think
listen, I'm gonna put this shit out here. I guarantee you the next episode.
Okay, them because last week
you gave them. What did I say?
Last week you gave them a 0.
I'm still giving them a 0.
A 0 that they are going. I mean, because we know they're going to make it.
I'm giving them a 0 that they're not going to make it to the couch. But
what? If you think that there's hope for them, you think they get back?
I don't think there's hope for them. I don't think there's hope for them. I have a feeling that I guarantee you, the next episode, come Wednesday, these two are going to be sitting down, having a conversation.
So there's hope.
Trying to figure it out. No, there's no hope.
If you're saying they're sitting down, having a conversation, trying to work it out, that must mean that there's some sort of hope. If there's no hope whatsoever, it's a 0.
I'm taking it personal because personally for me, I'd be like, I'm out.
Yeah, but you can't take it personally. This is not a personal.
I'm taking it personally, but I'm looking at these two like these two are stupid as fuck. They are going to fucking have a conversation and they're going to try to work it out and to get to the couch with well, maybe they're not going to get to the couch. But I don't think their ass is going to make it to the couch. But I guarantee you, this is not going to end this next episode. Trust when I tell you.
Because the next episode it's not decision day. That would be the week after. But because I think like last week they were only 6 days away.
Right. So what are we going to do here? Are we going to have a conversation? So the next episode, I'm looking at it like, this past episode, Brett Ryan or whatever the fuck, Brett called his ass, pulled his card, and he's like, well, I'm going to go now. So I guarantee you this next episode is going to be, when it comes to Brett and Ryan, it's going to be them two trying to figure this shit out. It's not going to work.
You're giving them a 0.
It's not going to work.
Okay.
I'm still giving them a 0. It's not going to work. But I'm thinking the network is going to want them to try to fucking work this out.
You gave them a 6. I gave them a 5 last time.
I'm giving them a 3.
All right. I'm gonna go down to 0 because I think she's completely done.
Oh yeah, I'm down to that. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
He knows she's done. He knows she's done. So I don't see him putting in any more effort.
He's not. He does not have the wherewithal to put in the work.
No, you don't care about her.
So
he doesn't give a fuck about her. He likes what he likes, and I'm not mad at him about that. I'm not mad at Ryan over that. Ryan has a type. So I'm good with him, but with him having his type, what I'm not good with him is stringing Brett along.
Yeah,
because you want your little fucking blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fucking minimal, whatever the fuck he calls, felt-ass white bitch. That's what you want.
Okay.
That's it, right?
Marilyn and Gil.
Fuck them. I hate.
Oh God, we gotta go to Marilyn and Gil. Oh yeah, we
Their
forgot
last
about Marilyn and Gil.
I don't even really remember much about their conversation, but for some reason, what sticks out most to me, I feel like they communicated well, but there seemed to be a turning point where I can see him saying no. So I'm confused on those two.
They're gonna say yes.
I agree that they're gonna say yes, unless something happens this next episode.
No, I think that's regardless.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, you gave him a 94, you gave him a 95, Tanya, I gave him a 95. I'm keeping my shit the same. 90, oh, you know what it was too? Like when he brought her to, was Merla raised in the United States?
No, she was raised in Mexico.
Okay. Because the whole volleyball the
Mexico
thing threw me out, so threw me off. So
I really think the daddy murder things really bonds them together too.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean that
really I agree with you.
Together too.
I agree with you.
She knows she knows what it's like to lose your dad, and he knows what it's like, and that's one of the big reasons for them.
And not just lose your dad, but to some like really bad violence.
Murder. Like both of your dads was murdered.
How was Merla's dad murdered?
He was shot too.
Yeah. But it wasn't like Merla didn't witness it. I fucking sympathize with Gil because Gil's like, I was on the couch and they just busted through the door, and I was on the couch as a kid and they shot my dad. And then as they were leaving, they looked at me and they let me be. And I called 911.
How old was he? I know he said
he was like, I think he said he was like 7 or 8, 9, something like that. I think he was like like 9 or 10. But I mean, imagine having to go through that. Yeah. I can't. But even with Merla, I don't give a damn how old Merla was when her father was murdered. You both experienced, I don't know what it's like to experience a murdered parent. So I give them that. But, Merla's still got to give a little something. She got to bring something to the table.
I mean, I think that she's shown growth, and that she does definitely try. I feel like I've seen that in her. I feel like really, I think Gil needs to leave that money part alone. If you can, his whole thing when he was like, if we can save this amount of money in 2 years versus 5 years because you want to buy these shoes, then wouldn't it be better to save it in these? Well, then you go get a second job and then you make sure that we can save it in 2 years because she's contributing still the most to the savings. I think you need to let that go.
No, I agree with you because here's the thing. She showed him her finances and he made it very clear that she's making a whole lot of money. She saved all this money. So at the end of the day, if you want us to live a certain way, this is what I'm bringing to the table. And if you can't bring what I'm bringing, then don't ever say to me, I can't go shopping. I can't do this. I can't do that. Because I've already brought my shit to the table. Bring your shit to the table.
We also know that the trauma, the reason why she's like that is not just being selfish. the reason why she's like that is imprinted on her when she was a kid, living in one room with all those kids. She's like, if I have money, when I get money, I'm going to spend my money because I want what I want. She didn't have that growing up. So the her spending money is not just for her to spend money to feel good. It's something essential to her. A deep wound that she needs to spend money to get things because she wants things. I could totally see her being a hoarder of having things just to say that she has things and just to say that she has a space. So he needs to let.
She doesn't seem like she lives above her means because she's paying her credit cards off regularly.
Right.
That part.
So I think he needs to let it go to a certain extent, because if it's her money, you know,
he needs to shut the fuck up and fucking bring something to the table.
I mean, it's not going to take anything away from him. You know, it's not taking anything away from the marriage, her spending. You just have to. That's one of those things where you just have to say, you know, I may not like it, but she loves it, and it's not detrimental to anything in our relationship. Just go with it. Keep teasing her about it or whatever. So I feel like if he doesn't kind of stop that, that's going to be too much. Stop it.
No, I feel like this. Look, she showed him what she has. She showed him what she saved. She showed him what she has. Apparently, it's not on his level. And the way I look at it is this. If I'm pulling all this, if I want to go shopping.
Well, that's what I just said. I just said all of that.
Okay.
That he needs to leave her alone. He needs to.
He
needs to afford those things.
Yes.
And then he needs to just stop. There's no reason there's no reason to have this kind of discord in your marriage over something that legitimately doesn't break your marriage. You're making
also a man, and a lot of men don't feel like that.
Don't feel like what?
Don't feel like, you know, a lot of men want to have that kind of control where they're like, well, you know.
And that might be a way of controlling something that he doesn't have a lot of control over. He can't control how much money she makes, or that he's not the breadwinner. But if he says, stop shopping so much.
What is that?
They need to have sex, and then.
Oh, I said, is somebody whispering? Oh, that's you. Okay. They need to get it out. They need to get.
We'll see how it evens out. Because if the sex is bombed from her, he's gonna mellow out a little bit too. If the sex is bombed from him, she's gonna shut the fuck up. So we'll see.
And we're gonna be a couple.
They ain't fucking
husband and wife, and we're gonna fucking make this shit work.
They ain't fucking
it's good and the pussy's good. Oh yeah, we good.
Can I go back to Rachel and Jose for 2 seconds?
Please.
That when Jose brought Rachel to his house, his old house, and he was talking about his childhood, and he was all like, you know, we had to eat rice and beans, and she was just like, well, I never been in a house. She said, our level of thinking of not having is on two different levels. Like, you had your own house. Your parents owned your own home. And
built their own home. Yeah.
I know, and built it. And if you had to eat rice and beans when it's like a cultural thing, there's a disconnect there. And that's him too being so fake. So, again, him being so fake, and there's just something I don't know about him. But anyway, I just remember that, and I had to bring that up real quick.
Yeah. Jose is all fucked up. I can't fuck with him. Sorry, not sorry.
I would hope. What did we give Merlin and Gil?
I'm sticking to it. What did I say? 95%?
95, 95, and then Chris gave him a 94.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping that.
I'm gonna go a 93. I'm going down. Because
why are you going down?
Because there's much more that it's coming down to the money thing with him. That if he can't release that, she's really staunch about her spending, and he's not. He keeps bringing that up. So it's just only 1 point down to 93. They're still gonna make it, I think. But
yeah, I think they'll make it. I think the two couples that will say yes will stay married is Gil and Merla and Jose and Rachel. That's it. If that. Unless some bullshit pops off next week. I mean, this week.
What week is it anyway? Because they always have like the going back.
I think we got this episode this week on Wednesday, and then the following week is the actual decision day. So we're giving all of you people the fucking feels because we were a little slow. So now we got this one, and then we'll give you another one on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, I'll be around. I know it was me. I had things going on.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. We all have our lives. We have jobs. We have everything we got to deal with.
That's it. Then we can wrap this one up and put it out there.
Let's put it out. Hey, thank you guys for showing up. Did we cover everything? I think we did.
Covered everybody.
And thank God Viviana didn't have anything for us to talk about her clothes.
My God, thank you, Jesus. All right. So until next week, I'm gonna do my thing. We'll see you this week. Come on, Afro. Come on, Afro. Oh, get it. Down.
Hairstyle. You know, right? People are gonna start doing hairstyles like this. I'm serious. At one point, they have how people have half shaved heads and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
People are gonna start doing try to have an afro like this and shave the side of their head.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt it
at all.
Yeah, I didn't end the broadcast because look at you looking like a Russian right now. Here we go. I'm ending now. Do. Come on, one more side. Put it to the other side. Come on, push it to the other side, Chris. Let's do it. Oh my Jesus, I can't.